We want to solve the following equations by completing the square. Now remember, we want to complete the square on this. And the technique is we start with x in a bracket and we put the plus 8 out here. And then we take half of the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is -6, so we put that in the bracket. And then we square that. 3 squared is 9, and we take it away. And in this instance, it's equal to 0. And now we tidy up, and we have x minus 3 squared, take away 1, is equal to 0. Now the way I would go about this is I would say x minus 3 squared is now equal to 1, and I get there by adding 1 to both sides. I'm then going to square root both sides. The square root of 1 is 1, so I get x minus 3 equals, but this could be plus or minus 1, because positive 1 squared is 1, but so is negative 1. If we square that, we get 1. And so I get x is equal to, now by adding 3 to both sides, I get x is equal to 3 plus or minus 1. So if I do 3 plus 1, I get 4. If I do 3 take away 1, I get 2. Now in the intro, I was saying that we sometimes see these done by factorizing in the text, and I'm going to look at that with this next example. So let's do the same thing to start with. So we need x. We're going to put the minus 10 out here. And then we want half of the coefficient. And so we're going to take away 49 because 7 squared is 49. And that's equal to 0. And so I now get, when I tidy it up, I get x minus 7 all squared. Take away 59 is equal to 0. Now, you can actually factorize at this point because this is a DOPS. What you have here is x minus 7 squared. Take away the square root of 59 squared. And that means that you can make x minus 7 take away root 59 and x minus 7 plus root 59. And then just using the null factor law, we can see that x would be equal to 7 plus root 59 from this bracket. So 7 plus root 59 would be the value of x that would make the bracket 0. And you can get x is equal to 7 take root 59 from the other bracket. However, I prefer this technique, so that's the one I'm going to stick with. So I've got x squared plus 3x take away 2 is equal to 0. I think this should give me some nice answers. So we start with the square bracket, and remember put the -2 out here. And then in here we're going to put plus 3 over 2. Now if we square 3 over 2 we get 9 over 4, so we need to take away 9 over 4. So I have x plus 3 over 2 squared. Now remember that 2 could be written as 8 over 4. So I'm going to get take away 17 over 4, minus 8 over 4 minus 9 over 4. So I'm going to get x plus 3 over 2 squared is 17 over 4. And now I'm going to square root. X plus 3 over 2, I don't really need the brackets now, is equal to the square root of 17 over the square root of 4. So that's root 17 over 2. And then if I take away 3 over 2 from both sides, of course this should be plus or minus. If I take away 3 over 2, I get x equals negative 3 over 2 plus or minus root 17 over 2. So I can write my two different solutions as negative 3 add root 17 over 2 and negative 3 take away root 17 over 2. Finally, we need to rearrange this one first. So subtract 4x from both sides and subtract 16 from both sides, and we get this. And then complete the square. So I'm going to get x. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. And of course, I need to then subtract 2 squared. So I've got x minus 2 squared take away 20 equals 0. X minus 2 squared is then equal to 20. So x minus 2 is equal to the square root of 20. And that would be a plus or minus. And then we've got x is 2 plus or minus root 20. You can simplify root 20. It's root 4 root 5, which is 2 root 5. So let's do that. And so x is going to be 2 plus 2 root 5, or x is 2 take away 2 root 5.